Why would you want to support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in a country.
No, that's fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. Would you use the N-word out of interest?
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a very interesting episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored, in which Piers challenged a young lady who became popular on the internets for saying the N-word in the viral video to say that same N-word live on television. Now, she didn't quite get to it. I mean, she might have almost been there. She might have almost got coaxed into it, but she didn't quite make it. There was a savior involved. There's a whole backstory behind this. And before we go any further, let's get the backstory. A lot of y'all are kind of confused. Hey, ABL, why are we talking about this young white girl getting pressed to say the N-word on TV? Like, why is Piers Morgan doing that? Well, like I said, the young lady, her name is Lily. I'm not going to promote her, but her name is Lily. She's a popular influencer, like 200,000 followers on Twitter. She blew up from a trad wife type video in which she used the N-word. Imagine that. You got trad wife, white girl, and the N-word. My. Hey, put that on that website. It'll blow all the way up. And y'all know what website I'm talking about, so don't play funny, but I digress. The whole point is she became popular because of the whole N-word thing, okay? So now that's what she's known for. So when she gets brought on to Piers Morgan and talk about something else that's kind of related to what she did, of course they're going to say, hey, say the N-word, because basically you're kind of like a one-trick pony. You're a trained SEAL. You come on TV, hey, do that thing you normally do. Say the N-word. Come on, say it right now. It's like you at SeaWorld getting tossed to fish and you want to do a jump in the air to get the fish if you're a SEAL. That's kind of what's going on here. But let me show you what they were talking about at first, which led into the inevitable catch this fish moment at SeaWorld. So check it out. How calling a child the N-word made one woman $700,000, okay? Shiloh Hendricks, if you don't know about her, what happened was she was at a playground with her, I think, son, and another boy was there with his father. Now the other boy, he black. I guess the story is the boy went into her son's bag and took something, and then she called a little boy the N-word, and then the father began to record her, and she said it some more. So it goes viral. People found out her name, where she lived at, all this, that, and the third. And then there was a GoFundMe, or pardon me, a Give, Send, Go put up for her so she could have some defense. And the fundraiser has surpassed 700,000 in donations. The goal is 1 million. Okay. And you know the reason why is because of Carmelo Anthony. We'll get to that in a minute. But look, this is MSNBC. MAGA World helps raise over $600,000 at that time after woman hurls racist slur at child in Minnesota. I mean, you couldn't create a worse headline for conservative people if you tried. So if you donated to that, congratulations. This is what you did. You donated because you're upset about Carmelo Anthony, thinking that it's mostly black folks that gave to her. Meanwhile, it's probably more like 70-30 white to black, the same as everything else, the same as Black Lives Matter. Minnesota, speaking about Minnesota, who tore that up? Was it black people or was it mostly non-blacks? A lot of whites, Asians, or Antifa. The majority of them are going to be white. Okay? When she went to Free Out of Washington, all that kind of stuff, Chaz Chop, that was mostly white. So it's probably 70-30 that donated for Carmelo compared to about 90-10 other groups for this lady. So it's really whites fighting whites because of blacks. But look, Minnesota mom raised $700,000 after calling child racist slur. And then this is the main thing. Shiloh Hendricks donations. Give, Send, Go cross 600,000 amid comparison to Carmelo Anthony fundraiser. Okay. So the whole thing is I'm going to donate to her because I'm mad. I have black fatigue. Okay. We don't want her to get in any kind of trouble for using the N-word, especially since you can stab a white child in the heart and get away with it. That's the idea. Now, before I go any further into it, let's get to the actual clip. Of course, I will link to this clip and everything else in the description box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Why would you want to support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in a country.
No, that's fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say.
That's correct. And just so we're clear, the white racist in question is the lady I just showed, Shiloh Hendricks, who called the child the N-word. She's on here to support her. She has a video on her social media supporting her. So they brought her on to talk about that. But of course, hey, catch the fish. All right. And again, freedom of speech, as you said, it is not just about, I can say whatever I want, because the person you're speaking to, or those who you are speaking to, if it's more than one person, they have the right to respond. Freedom of speech is a two-way street. And if enough people don't like what you say, they have the right to voice their concern and vote against you in a variety of ways. But I digress.
Would you use the N word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
I do quite frequently.
You use the N word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist.
Now, of course, Piers knew that she uses the N word before she came on. This is a setup for her. I mean, she had to see it coming, and I want to see her response. And if you don't know who's on the panel, you got Piers Morgan, Myron from Fresh and Fit, Mark Lamont Hill, what's her name? Libby. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I don't know her name.
Are you?
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, well, if you use the N word repeatedly, you are a racist, then, are you? Are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way, Shiloh Hendricks is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away. So you were saying Carmelo Anthony, it doesn't matter. That's a different.
Let's pause for a second. Now, she's a little bit nervous here. You know what's going on with her. She's just trying to become an influencer. Okay, she got a show online. She's trying to become Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, or somewhere in between. That's what's happening. But hey, now you're not on Twitch. Now you're not on TikTok. Now you're on television, and it's a little bit different.
To be clear, you just said to me you use the N word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate to use the N word? When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So, okay, it went from when it's appropriate to whenever. So why you didn't just say that from the beginning? You're nervous.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendricks? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own racism, which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views.
I'm sorry for the pausing, but I don't want to get a copyright. They knew what she does before they brought her on. She has to understand that. Of course, they're going to ask you about that. They don't know who you are beyond your N-word post.
You see no problem with a woman shrieking the N-word repeatedly because you yourself are a despicable racist. And you've just proudly admitted that with a smug grin on your face, which is pretty horrifying, actually, for most people to have to watch. And shame on you. You're entitled to do it, and I'm entitled to call you despicable.
All right, there's more to that clip. Here's the next piece.
And I don't want to live in a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, black people can say things to white people all the time, and they never get canceled. There's no...
Let's pause. Now, that right there is the problem with a lot of whites. Not all. Don't nobody get defended talking about ABL, not me. I said not all. So if you are included in the not all, then hey, congratulations. Fantastic. But check it out. Some whites, it's the fruit from the forbidden tree. I can't have it, so I want it. That's all that it is. Well, they can say it. Why can't I say it? That's all that it's about. That's all that it's about.
Backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly, and you will.
Well, go
not
on, then
have
say
free,
it. Say
you
the
will
M.
not have
Go on,
free
say.
speech.
Go on, say the M word. Go on.
No.
Don't
I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here. You and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do. But
he's right, though. He's totally right. Because if it was a Jewish person up there, like, okay, you got somebody that is well known for spouting anti-Semitic stuff, anti-Jewish slurs or whatever, Piers wouldn't say, yo, go ahead and say that right now in front of Mr. Heisman or whatever. Then say that right here. You wouldn't do that. So Mark, I understand he's a little bit over emotional, trying to like, he's not Mr. Tough Guy. So he's just trying to emote himself and make himself be a little bit bigger. I get it. I totally understand. And what Myron just did was hold up some kind of toy. It's like, bro, you're 35 years old playing with toys on the stream. You're like Kaisenat, basically. You're 35, he's like 22. I'm gonna need you to grow up a little bit, bro. If you can hear me, I know you're watching, grow up a little bit. Toy guns that might have had a swastika or the N-word or something on it. Come on, man, on TV. This ain't Twitch, bro.
I hear you.
I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you.
All right, so that was a valid crash out, but they were trying to get her to say it, and she didn't want to say it. Now, my question is, why didn't she say it? You say it all the time, right? You became popular, right? Okay, the reason why you're on this is because you say the N-word. That's the only reason why we know you. You're controversial because of that. You're popular because of that. All right, go ahead. The floor is yours. Catch the fish. Why you don't want to catch it? Why? Because you know you on TV, and you know you about to get kicked off the actual platform. As soon as you say it, you kicked off the Piers Morgan. You won't be invited back again. You're not going to be on TV no more. And, the funny part is that it won't be a black backlash against you. It'll be a mostly white backlash against you. That'll be the main people that kind of get you up out of here. It'll be your own people. But look, as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to the internets. I'm going to need y'all to put out better content, man. I'm going to need y'all to stop trying to pick race wars the same way that they did in 2020 and 2016. Okay? The media scares you with COVID. The media frightened you with Black Lives Matter, made you think that all white cops are out to kill black people. So let's not do it the other way around, like it's some kind of white people are in doom. What Americans, black or white or whatever, got to focus on is getting themselves healthy. A lot of y'all got big backs. I saw a commercial on TV with white, black, everybody in the commercial talking about, oh, we got new deodorant you could put on your back, you could put on your stomach, you could put up under your fat rolls. I'm like, for real, for real? I mean, I thought they already invented a way to not stink in your hind parts. It's called soap and water, but a lot of y'all talking about not bathing. We're kind of devolving as a human being, as human beings in this country. We got to focus on that rather than squabbling about racism and things of this nature. That's not really a big problem. Okay, what's the biggest killers in this country? Heart disease, opioids. Focus on getting that together rather than squabbling about racism and cultural issues that actually don't really matter. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about what you saw? What's your opinion about some of these influencers just trying to become popular? Myron, Fresh and Fit, and then the other girl, the N-word girl, they just influencers trying to become popular, but they're leading a lot of people that watch them in the wrong direction, giving them misinformation, filling them full of rage, not really educating them, getting clickbait content that's kind of entertaining, but there's no actual value in it. It's like eating processed food. I try to give you that whole food that got vitamins, nutrients for your body. They're giving you straight up fast food, Chick-fil-A at best. But whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. The whole thing with the girl that got the fundraiser, that's just petty. It's really kind of pathetic and petty. When I saw that, I'm just like, I didn't get offended. I kind of felt bad for the guys that do stuff like that. I felt bad for these guys. I'm like, man, y'all are so pathetic. Like, really? Is it that serious? You're going to spend your money to try and send a message about this, a thing that is not even really a big story. It only exists on the internet. You're going to get $1 million for that? I don't really see the purpose. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.